Andreyusha? What are you doing? Reading. Well, never mind, I was only looking to see if there's a fire anywhere.
What are you doing, Natasha?
Looking to see if there's a fire. It's Carnival Week, and the servants have all lost their heads. You have to keep looking to make sure nothing happens. Last night, at midnight, I walked through the dining room, and there was a candle burning. Who lighted it? I can find out. What time is it?
8:15.
And Olga and Irina are not in yet. They're still hard at work. Poor things. Olga at the teacher's meeting. Irina at the telegraph office. This morning I said to your sister, take care of yourself, Irina, my dear, I said. But she won't listen. 8:15, you say. I'm afraid our Babik is not very well. Yesterday he was feverish, and today he is cold all over. I'm so afraid.
It's nothing, Natasha. The boy is all right.
Still, it is better to keep him on the diet. I'm afraid. And tonight, they say, the maskers will be here around 10 o'clock. It would be better if they didn't come, Andrusha.
I don't know anything about that. They've been invited, you see.
This morning, the little fellow wakes up and looks at me, and suddenly he smiles. That means he knows me. Babik, I say, good morning. Good morning, darling. And he laughs. Children understand. They understand very well. So then, Andrusha, I'll tell you not to let the maskers in.
But that's up to my sisters. This is their household.
Yes. There's two. I'll tell them. They are kind. I've ordered clabber for supper. The doctor says you ought to have nothing but clabber, or else you'll never get thin. Babik is cold. I'm afraid his room is too chilly for him. We ought to put him in a different room, at least until the warm weather comes. Irina's room, for instance, is just right for a baby. It's warm and it gets sun all day. I must tell her. She can share Olga's room for a while. I mean, it's not like she's here during the day anyhow. She only sleeps here. Andrei, why don't you say anything?
I was thinking. Besides, I have nothing to say.
Now, there was something I needed to tell you. Oh, yes. Farapont has come from the district board and has been asking for you.
Send him in.
The chairman has sent you a book and a paper of some kind. Here.
Thank you, my good man. Why have you come so late? It's past 8.
How's that?
I said, why have you come so late? It's past 8 o'clock.
Indeed it is. When I came here before, it was still light. But they wouldn't let me see you. The master is busy, they said. Well, if you're busy, you're busy. I'm not going anywhere. How's that?
Nothing. Tomorrow is Friday. There will be no session. But I'll come anyways. Do some work. It's dull at home. My good man, how curiously things change. Today, simply out of boredom, I picked up this book. Old university lectures. And for some reason, I felt like laughing. My God, I'm the secretary of the district board, the board of which Protopopov is chairman. And the greatest thing that I can hope for is to become a member of that district board. I, who dream every night of becoming a professor at the University of Moscow, an illustrious scholar of whom all Russia is proud.
I wouldn't know. I don't hear well.
If you could hear well, I probably wouldn't be talking to you. I must talk to someone, but my wife doesn't understand me. For some reason, I'm afraid of my sisters. I'm afraid they'll laugh at me, make me feel ashamed. I don't drink. I don't like taverns, but how I should enjoy a little sit-down in Tiestov's restaurant in Moscow, or the Bolshoi Moskovsky, my dear friend.
And in Moscow, so a contractor was saying, some merchants were eating pancakes. One who ate 40, it seems, died. 40 or 50. I don't remember.
You sit in a huge room in a Moscow restaurant. You don't know anyone. Nobody knows you. And yet, you feel at home. You don't feel like a stranger. Here, you know everyone. Everyone knows you. And yet, you're a stranger. A stranger. A stranger and lonely.
How's that? This same contractor was saying, maybe he was lying, but there was a rope that stretched all the way across Moscow.
What for?
I wouldn't know. That's what the contractor was saying.
Nonsense. Were you ever in Moscow?
Never was. It was not God's will. Shall I go now?
Yes, you may go. Goodbye. Come back and get these papers tomorrow morning. You may go. Goodbye. Oh, it's gone. Yes. Work.
I don't know. Of course, a great deal depends on what one is accustomed to. After Father died, for instance, it took us a great deal to getting used to having no orderlies in the house. But even apart from habit, I have to say, in all fairness, the most kind, the most honorable, well-bred people are all in the army.
I'm thirsty. I would like some tea.
They'll bring it in. I was married when I was 18. I was afraid of my husband because he was a teacher and I was hardly out of school. In those days, he seemed so smart, so clever, so important. Sadly, it's different now.
Yes, that's how it is.
I don't speak with my husband. I've grown used to it. But when I'm among civilians, there are so many coarse, ill-bred people. Coarse this upsets and offends me. I suffer when I see a man that is not gentle, kind, courteous. When I am among teachers, my husband's colleagues, I'm simply miserable.
Yes. But it seems to me that it's all the same, whether they're civilians or military. They're equally uninterested. In this town, at any rate. It's all the same. If you listen to one of the local intelligentsia, he is sick and tired of everything. Either he's sick and tired of his wife, his home, his estate, or his horses. A Russian is given to an exalted way of thinking. But why in life does he fall so short? Why?
Why?
Why is he sick and tired of his children? Sick and tired of his wife? And why are his wife and children sick and tired of him?
You're not in a very good mood today.
Perhaps not. I've had nothing to eat since morning. One of my girls is not well. And when my girls are ill, I am seized with anxiety. Oh, my conscience torments me for giving them such a mother. Oh, if you would have seen her today. We began quarreling at 7, and then at 9, I slammed the door and left. I never talked about this. Strangely enough, I complain only to you. Don't be angry. If it weren't for you, I'd have no one. No one.
Such a noise from the stove. Right before Father died, there was a wailing in the chimney. There, just like that.
Are you superstitious?
Yes.
Oh, that is strange. You are a splendid, wonderful. Oh, splendid, wonderful. It is dark in here, but I can see the sparkle in your eyes.
It's lighter over here.
I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you. I love your eyes, your gestures. Oh, I dream of you. Oh, splendid, magnificent woman.
When you talk to me like that, I can't help but laugh, though I am frightened. Don't do it. I beg you. But do it anyway. I don't mind. I don't mind. Quick, there's someone coming. Talk about something else.
I've got a triple-barreled name. Baron Tuzenbach Kron Almasha. But I'm Russian. Greek Orthodox like you. There's very little German left in it. Perhaps only this patience, stubbornness that I bore you with. Every evening I see you home.
Tired I am.
And I'll come to the telegraph office or see you home for 10, for 20 years. Will you drive me away? Oh, it's you. Good evening.
Here I am. Home at last.
A lady came to the telegraph office to telegraph her brother in Saratoga. And her son had died today. She couldn't remember the address, so she sent it without an address. Simply to Saratov. She was crying. And I was rude to her for no reason whatsoever. Haven't got the time, I said. So stupid of me. Are the massacres coming tonight?
Yes.
I'm stressed. I'm tired.
When you come home from the office, you seem so young, so woebegone.
I'm tired. I don't like telegraph work. I don't like it.
Grown thinner. Younger. Your face is beginning to seem like a little boy's.
It's the way she wears her hair.
Just look for another place. This is not right for me. What I so wanted, what I dreamed of. It's the very thing that's lacking. It's work without meaning, without poetry. The doctor is not. Answer him, dear. I can't. I'm too tired. He'll come up now. Something must be done about this. Yesterday, the doctor and our Andrei went to the club, and they lost again. I hear Andrei lost 200 rubles.
What's he done about it?
2 weeks ago he lost. In December he lost. Only he'd lose everything quickly, and then maybe we could get away from this town. Thank God, I dream of Moscow every night. I'm absolutely like a mad woman. We'll move there in June, so that leaves January, February. Almost half a year.
The only thing is, Natasha must not find out about his losses.
I don't think she cares.
There he is. He seems so important to see.
Why are you so quiet, Aleksandr Ignaytich?
I would like a glass of tea. Half my life for a glass of tea. I've eaten nothing since morning.
Irina Sergeyevna,
What do you want?
come here, please. Venezi. I can't get along without you.
Well, if they're not bringing any tea, how about we philosophize?
Yes, let's. Well, what about?
What about? Let us dream of the life that will come after us. 200 or 300 years.
Well, when we're gone, men will fly in balloons. Change the style of their coats. Discover a sixth sense, perhaps, in development. But life will remain just the same as it always was. Difficult, full of mysteries, and happy. 1,000 years from now, man will still be sighing, how hard life is. Yet, he will fear death, just as he does now, and will be unwilling to die.
How should I put this? It seems to me that everything on Earth must change, little by little. And as it is already changing before our very eyes. In 200 or 300 years, let's say 1,000, the time doesn't matter. A new, happy life will dawn. Oh, we will have no part in that life, of course. But we are living for it now. Working, yes. Suffering. But also creating it. And in that alone lies the purpose of our existence. And, if you like, our happiness.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. I've been laughing ever since this morning.
I went to the same school as you, but I didn't go to academy. Oh, I read a great deal, but I don't know how to select books, so maybe I'm not reading the right things. Nevertheless, the longer I live, the more I want to know. I will be an old man. My hair will turn gray. But I know so little. Oh, so little. But it seems to me that what is most important and real, I do know. Firmly know. How should I prove to you that there is no heaven? That there cannot and should not be for us? We must only work and work. And happiness, well, that is for our descendants. Not for me, but for at least my descendants and those who come after me.
According to you, we're not even to dream of happiness. But what if I'm happy?
You're not.
Obviously, we don't understand each other. Well, how am I to convince you? Not just 200 or 300 years, but in 1,000,000 years, life will remain just the same as it always was. It doesn't change. It remains constant, following its own laws, which do not concern us, or which, in any case, you will never get to know. Birds of passage, cranes, for example, fly on and on. And no matter what thoughts, great or small, stray through their heads, they will still go on flying, not knowing where or why. They fly, and they will go on flying, no matter what philosophers spring up among them. And let them philosophize as much as they like, as long as they go on flying.
It seems to me a man must seek something, or have something. Otherwise, his life seems empty. Empty to know why the cranes fly, why children are born.
Well, in any case, it is a pity that youth is over.
So, it's a bore to live in this world.
And I say it's difficult arguing with friends. Well, let it go.
Balzac was married in the Burnett house. Ha! I must make a note of that. Balzac married in Burnett house.
Balzac was married in Vershinin.
The die is cast. You know Maria Sergeyevna. I have sent in my resignation.
So I hear. Not a good thing. I don't like civilians.
Never mind. I'm not good looking. What sort of military man do I make anyhow? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to work. If only for one day in my life to work. So that I may come home exhausted, fall into bed, and immediately go to sleep. Workmen must sleep sound.
I just bought you some crayons from Pizhnikov's on Moscow Street. And this little penknife. You've got the habit of treating me as though I were a little girl. I'm all grown up now. They're charming. And I got this one for myself. Look here. One blade, and another blade, and a third blade. This one is for cleaning your ears. And scissors. And this one for your nails. Doctor, How old are you?
Me? 32.
Now let me show you another kind of patience.
Really? What a win.
Yes. I'm tired of it. I've almost forgotten what summer's like.
The game is coming out, I see. We shall go to Moscow.
No, you shall not. You see, the 8 falls on the 2 of spades. That means you shall not go to Moscow.
Sitzika. Smallpox is raging here.
Masha, dear, have some tea, little one. Excuse me, Your Honor. Sir, I've forgotten your name.
Bring it in here. I'm not going there.
Nurse, coming.
Little babies, they understand perfectly. Good morning, Bobby, I said. Good morning, darling. And he looked at me in a very special way. You think that's just a mother talking, but oh no. I assure you, he is an extraordinary child.
If that child had been mine, I would have fried him in a skillet and eaten him.
Ill-bred man!
I was reading the diary of a certain French minister, written in prison. The minister had been convicted of fraud. But the rapture and delight he speaks of when he talks about the birds he can see from the prison window. Oh, birds he never even noticed when he was a minister. But now that he's released, of course, he'll no more notice them than he did before. And in that same way, you won't notice Moscow when you live there. Happiness is something we never have, but always long for. But where's the candy?
Solyony ate it.
All of it?
A letter for you, sir.
For me? Oh, it's from my daughter. Excuse me, I won't be having any tea. Oh, horribly unpleasant business.
What is it? Not a secret, is it?
My wife has taken to poison herself again. I'll slip out quietly without being noticed. My dear, lovely woman. I'll slip out quietly.
Now, where is he going? I've just brought him his tea.
Leave me alone. You keep pestering me. I'm sick of you, you old woman.
Darling, why are you so annoyed?
Anfisa!
Anfisa, he sits in there.
Do let me see that. You take up the whole table. Drink your tea. Mashka, you're cross. If I am cross, then don't speak to me.
Just leave her alone.
Just
leave her alone.
You are 60 years old, and yet you act like a little boy. Always harping on some damn nonsense.
Masha, dear, why do you employ such expressions in your conversation? I tell you frankly, you would be simply enchanting in a well-bred society if it weren't for those words of yours. Je votre parnes moi Marie, avenies veneres et grosses.
I think there's some cognac over there.
Parfait, mon bébé, des podcasts. Either way, he doesn't seem to be doing very well today. I must go to him. Excuse me.
Where's Aleksandr Ignaytich gone? Something strange is white.
You're always sitting by yourself, thinking about something. And there's no telling what it is.
Come, let's make it up. Let's have some cognac. Why make it up? I've never quarreled with you.
You always give me the feeling that something has happened between us. You have a strange character, I must say.
I am strange who am not strange. Be not angry, Aleksei.
What's Aleko got to do with it?
When I'm alone with someone, it's all right. I'm like anyone else. But in company, I'm timid, despondent, and talks all sorts of nonsense. But I am more honest and more noble than many, many others. And I can prove that.
I often get angry with you. You're forever trying to pick a quarrel with me when we're in company. But all the same, I like you for some reason. So be it. I'm going to get drunk. Let's drink.
Let's drink. I've never had anything against you, Baron. But I have the temperament of Lermontov. I even look a little like Lermontov. So they say.
I'm sending in my resignation. Busted. I've been considering it for 5 years now, and I've made up my mind. I'm going to work.
Be not angry, Aleko. Forget thy dreams.
I'm going to work.
The food was the real Caucasian stuff. They had onion soup and, for the meat dish, chikarma.
Cheremsha is not a meat at all, but a plant. Something like our onion.
Yeah. No, my angel. Chikarma is roast lamb.
And I tell you, Cheremsha is a plant.
And I tell you, chikarma is lamb.
And I tell you, Cheremsha is a plant.
And why should I even argue with you? You've never been to the Caucasus, and you've never eaten chikarma.
I've never eaten Cheremsha because I can't stand it. It tastes like garlic.
Gentlemen, please. When are the maskers coming?
Around 9 o'clock. Plenty minute now.
Come on, Drayusha, let's dance! New porch. Mabel with lattice work porch! Let's drink, Andreyusha. Let's drink to our friendship. And I'll go to Moscow with you. To the university.
Which university? There are two in Moscow.
In Moscow, there's only one university.
Two, I tell you.
Make it 3, the more the merrier.
In Moscow, there are 2 universities. In Moscow, there are 2 universities. The old one and the new one. And if you don't like my speech, if my words are irritating to you, then I can stop talking. I can even go into the other room.
Bravo! Bravo! Let's get started, friends! I'm going to dance! Funny fellow, that Solyony.
The Baron is drunk. The Baron is drunk. The Baron is drunk.
Ivanovna.
What is it?
It's time we were going. Yeah, good night.
Goodbye. It's time to go.
Look here. What about the maskers?
They're not. Don't you see, my dear? Natasha says that Bobik is not well, and Well, whatever the case, I don't know anything about it, and I certainly don't care.
If they want to sleep, we shall. It's not that Coffin is not well, but she herself, here. I was planning on staying the night, but if the little fellow is sick, then I'll bring him some toys in the morning.
I purposely took a nap right after dinner. I thought I'd be dancing the night away. But look, it's only after 9 o'clock.
Let's go out to the street. There, we can decide what.
I never had time to get married because life flashed by like lightning. Because I was madly in love with your mother, who was married. Yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter.
One shouldn't marry. One shouldn't because it's boring.
What about loneliness? You may philosophize all you like, but loneliness is a terrible thing. Though, as a matter of fact, that doesn't matter.
Let's hurry.
Why? Do we have time?
I'm afraid that my wife might stop me.
Haha, okay.
I'm not going to play tonight. I don't feel well. In fact, Ivan Romanovich, what shall I do for shortness of breath?
Why ask me? I don't remember, my boy.
Very well.
I don't know.
Let's go on through the kitchen.
What is it?
The maskers.
Tell them, nurse dear, that we're not at home. They must excuse us.
Nobody here? Where is everyone?
They've all gone home.
Strange. You are alone here.
Alone. Goodbye.
I behaved without sufficient restraint just now, tactlessly. But you are not like the others. You are superior and pure. You see the truth. You alone can understand me. I love you. Desperately, infinitely love you.
Goodbye. Go away.
I cannot live without you. Oh, my bliss. Oh, happiness. Such wonderful, amazing eyes as I've never seen in another woman.
No, stop it, Vasily Vasilyich.
For the first time I speak to you of love. It is as though I were not on this earth, but on another planet. Though it's all one. Love cannot be forced, this is true. But there must be no happy rivals. There must not be. I swear to you on all that is holy, I will kill any rival. Beautiful one.
Andrei is in there. Let him read. Excuse me, Vasily Vasilyich. I I didn't know you were here. You see, I'm in my dressing gown.
It's all one. Good night.
You're tired. My dear, poor girl. I'm tired. You ought to go to bed a little earlier.
Is Babika asleep?
He's asleep. But he's restless. By the way, my dear, I have been meaning to speak to you. It is just that you are either out or I have no time. I think the room Babik is in now is too chilly for him. Your room is so nice for a baby. My own dearest, do move in with Oya for a while. Where? You and Oya will be in one room for the time being, and Babik will be in your room. He's such a darling. Today I said to him, Babik, my own baby. And he looked at me with his dear little eyes. Someone has come. That must be Oya. How late she is. Protopopov. What a queer man. Protopopov has invited me to go for a little drive in his troika. How strange these men are. Someone has come. Maybe I'll go for just a little drive. Just for a quarter of an hour. Tell him I'll be right there. The bell. That must be Oya.
Now, how do you like that? They said you were going to have a party.
When I left a little while ago, they were expecting the maskers.
They've all gone home.
Has Masha gone too? Where could she be? And why is Protopopov waiting downstairs in a troika?
Don't ask questions.
Well, Miss Caprice.
The meeting just ended. Exhausted. Headmistress is ill and I am to take her place. Head aches. Oh, my head. Andrei lost 200 rubles last night. Whole town's talking about it.
Yes. The meeting made me tired too.
My wife took it into her head to frighten me. She nearly poisoned herself. But it's all right now. I'm glad. It's so relieving. So, where are we to go? Very well then. I'll just wish you good night. Come along, Fyodor Ilyich. Let's go somewhere together. I cannot stay at home. I just cannot. Come along.
I'm tired. I'm not coming. So tired. Has my wife gone home?
I expect so.
Goodbye. Tomorrow and the day after we can rest the whole day. Good night. I do want some tea. I was planning on spending the whole evening in pleasant company, and all Allison homonym spem. Accusative case exclamatory.
I guess I'll just go by myself.
My head aches. Head. Andrei's lost. The town's talking. Go and lie down.
Tomorrow I shall be free. Lord, how pleasant that is. Free tomorrow, free the day after. My head.
All gone. There's nobody here.
I'll be gone for just a half of an hour. I'm just going on a little drive.
Moscow. Moscow. To Moscow.
Take about 10 minutes and we'll change the center up.